Ladies and gentlemen, to conclude the session on data economy, we will see and listen to a presentation by the PwC AI Lab Luxembourg, and followed by a presentation on how to meet the challenge on AI in space industry. Don't forget that you can still contribute by sending us your questions and comments via the chat box underneath this video stream. And don't forget that we have simultaneous translation for you. You just need to click on the right button in the bottom right corner. It's a little icon with a headset. When you click on it, you see Français for French and English for English. But first, please enjoy now the introductory video of the PwC AI Laboratory Luxembourg.
Hello and welcome to our AI Lab. I'm Laurent Probst. We have initiated the PwC AI Lab to have an open innovation infrastructure and center of competencies to build relevant, trusted AI applications in a secured way. I'm accompanied today by Andreas Braun, the AI Lab Manager.
Hi everyone.
So, how do we build innovative solutions? Our AI Lab is at the same time a physical lab and a data and AI digital platform as a complete toolbox with training data, algorithms library, computing power dedicated to the creation of innovative AI applications. In this space, we gather people from your companies with our AI experts to discuss, exchange and co-create. Andreas, can you tell us more about the PwC AI Lab network, the Android use cases and the team?
Sure, Laurent. Let me start by telling you that PwC Luxembourg is the first office in Europe to have its own AI lab. Partnering with the US and Japan, we benefit from their experience and their tools, but we are much closer to the European clients. Regarding use cases, I can give you two examples. Our Gutenberg AI search tool helps clients to make sense from unstructured data. And secondly, from the US we have RegTech. This is a tool that leverages AI to simplify regulatory compliance. And of course, a good lab needs a very good team. The PwC AI Lab combines data scientists and data engineers with a strong research background and applied knowledge in industry.
Many thanks, Andreas. So to recap, the lab is an open co-creation platform and knowledge-sharing platform putting together ideas, challenges, data, algorithms and design to solve, in a different way, important problems not solved before. Thank you for your attention, and we are looking forward to welcoming you in our lab.
We hope you enjoyed the little video on the PwC AI Lab. Now I have the pleasure to welcome Mr. Andreas Braun live here at FEDIL Industry Days. Leading a team of data scientists and AI specialists in technology advisory, Andreas is also a senior manager and senior expert in AI and biometrics. Together with his team, Andreas supports clients in understanding the opportunities and business use cases of AI. Andreas, we invited you today to tell us more about the PwC AI Laboratory. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Angela.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, or good morning, or everybody. And I'd like to give you a few more details regarding going on top of the video that you just saw. The PwC AI Lab is not only the infrastructure that you saw and that you see here in the videos, it's also a space for meeting, for co-creating AI applications, and it's also for us to provide to companies our own data infrastructure, so you're able to bring your data to us. We can launch various experiments, and we are able to provide you with results in just a small amount of time. So if we are looking at the background of AI in Luxembourg, I have a small problem with my, thank you. So we are running every few years our survey in Luxembourg about what are the attitudes towards technology in general or about AI specifically. And here we have asked 2 years ago on what Luxembourg companies think about AI and how they want to use it. And the key message here is that a lot of interest is there. So 75% of companies think that they can benefit from AI, but only around 25 to 30% are actually using it at this moment in time. The three main reasons for this is a lack of knowledge what AI can actually bring and what are the specific benefits for a company. The second part is about people. To really leverage on AI, you need the appropriate experts, the appropriate people to do this. And a third part is also what will be the expected return on invest. If you spend a significant amount of money into AI research, what will be your actual benefits on this? And therefore, the AI Lab has three main goals. The first, to tackle also these challenges. We want to demystify and build knowledge to help your company get insights on what AI can actually bring for you. We want to provide our experts also to help developing for you specific applications in case you don't have the experts yourself. And of course, we also want to help in sales and product delivery to showcase what are all of the specific benefits that your organization can gain from AI. We are also planning to have this survey again during this year. So we also invite all of the companies that are listening in right now to help us answering or get a more recent view on this topic. And we will be sharing another survey on this in just a few weeks' time. When we are talking about the AI Lab in a nutshell, a key part is the stimulation. So we want to do knowledge building. We are having immersion sessions where we are highlighting what could be the potential AI applications. We are designed to be an open lab, so we are always looking for collaboration partners that have an interest in sharing with us. And as already mentioned, we have the experts as well as the data infrastructure to be able to very quickly for you in a few weeks' time develop specific proof of concept that show AI applications, but also to, from our network, provide you with a lot of business cases that have already been successful around the world and that you might take as inspiration for your own organization. We are not alone. We are part of a global network, and excuse me for the small scaling we had to do. The AI Lab at PwC first started in the United States around 5 years ago, where a lot of use cases have already been developed over the past year. In 2019, Japan started this whole initiative, and we in Luxembourg are very proud to be the first PwC AI Lab in Europe, actually. And we started our activities last year, just around the time when COVID started. So we are right now relaunching, and we are welcoming you to join us again in visiting the AI Lab or in coming with concrete proposals to us that we can help developing together. We also are leveraging from our global network. So we have collaborations with the key technology players. We have collaborations also with local knowledge centers such as the university or LIST. And we can benefit from that by not only providing you the business view of things, but also making sure that the most recent research and the most recent innovation coming out of those companies and from our partners are immediately visible in the AI Lab, and that we can highlight what it can bring for your organization. Maybe to just highlight one case that was briefly mentioned in the video with a little bit more detail. RegTech is about AI-powered regulatory compliance. So this is a collaboration that we have with our colleagues from the United States. And really, it's a bit more of an unusual case for AI, because in this case, we really want to support lawyers or legal specialists in their work. And for them, it's also challenging to make sense of a lot of the regulatory information that is coming from Europe or from other regulators. And there are just thousands of regulations coming out each year. Therefore, we propose to use a combination of natural language processing, clustering, unsupervised learning, and some classification technologies that will allow to do this process much faster. And therefore, we are able to cut the time it needs for legal specialists to do their regulatory analysis by around 80%, allowing them to keep up with more recent regulation and allowing companies to be more compliant in the future and having a better view of how well they are set up in terms of their compliance units. And I think that's the end of my presentation. We also have a website where you can visit us and where we will occasionally share news of our AI lab. And of course, feel free to contact us to make mutual sessions, to visit the AI lab. We are more than happy to welcome you in our premises and tell you more about what we are doing or what you can do with AI in your organization. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Andreas. This was very interesting. As I said it before, we now have also a presentation on how to meet the AI challenges, the challenge of AI in the space industry, and therefore invited Thales and Alenia Space. Could you please explain us a little bit what is the link between your both presentations?
So the link between our presentation, of course, is that we are also open in terms of innovation. We are supporting organizations or want to collaborate with organizations that are even very AI mature, such as Thales, to mutually benefit from all of the developments that are happening around AI. So Thales is very well developed in this sphere. They have a lot of investment going on, and therefore it is important for us to also build this network to the most innovative players around Europe to make sure that we stay up to date and that they may also benefit from some of our knowledge that we have gathered around our AI initiatives in the past. And we help them actually coming here to Luxembourg, and I think the rest we will leave to the presentation of some of the very interesting things that Thales is doing around AI.
Thank you very much, Andreas. Now, I would like to welcome Mr. Olivier Ponce. As you have heard he's coming from Thales Alenia Space, and they are now preparing to start their businesses here in Luxembourg. Olivier is an engineer in computer science who worked as a developer for space ground products and was a manager of several ground telecom product lines. Today, he is head of innovation, research and development for software direction at Thales Alenia Space. Before starting, Olivier, you can now start with your presentation.
Hello, good morning. Can you hear me well?
Perfect.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you very much. So I am Olivier Ponce. I'm sorry not being with you in Luxembourg today. I hope this will be possible next time. I'm going to present you within these 10 minutes the main vision of our company, Thales Alenia Space, strategy for artificial intelligence. And of course, the role of our brand new entity, Thales Alenia Space Luxembourg, to succeed in this objective. Andreas will be my remote control. Thank you, Andreas. So can you please put the next slide, please? Just a few words about what is going to be, what is Thales Alenia Space. So Thales Alenia Space is a global business unit for space in Thales, among the four other ones, aerospace, ground transportation, defense, and security. On next slide, you will see that we address in Thales Alenia Space the four main markets for space: telecoms, observation, navigation, and exploration and science. For your information, we've already been on the Moon and on Mars and in deep space. On next slide, you can see that Thales Alenia Space is a joint venture between Thales and Leonardo, an Italian big company, and we are 8,000 employees on 15 sites in Europe and 2 in USA, and we sold for more than 2 billion euro in 2019. As you see, Thales Luxembourg will be the 16th site in Europe for us. In the next slide, here is the challenge, the big challenge for us. The big challenge is to be an AI, artificial intelligence leader in space industry. And let me tell you that AI, as you know, is no more a buzz. It's more now a trending, and we want it to become an industrial reality. And in our sector, in our domain, it's quite a challenge. It's quite a challenge because we are challenged by newcomers, and we call them the new space. And we need to be at the lead of these technological challenges, and to be competitive and leader in innovation. So, in next slide, you can see how we have identified our strategy. In fact, we have identified 3 families of AI application in our company. The first one is concerning what we call the enterprise applications, the applications for support functions such as HR, financial. For us, it's not critical application for AI, so we are ready to scale up. My message to the teams is go, use products, use solutions, use existing algorithms. You can use them without doubt. It's working. For example, HR trending dashboards, financial dashboards, etc., etc. The second line is addressing. Thank you, Andreas. The second line is addressing Industry 4.0 applications. In that case, it's intermediate critical. It concerns what we are doing in engineering and in production for our space solutions, satellite, etc. In that case also, the message is you can go. We are ready to scale up. We have products, there are solutions, AI embedded. We can go on. For example, predictive maintenance of on test means, etc., etc. On the third line, for customer application, here it's more complicated. We need to deliver quality, to deliver reliable products to our customers. And it's usually critical functions. And in that case, AI is missing a maturity to be industrial. And we have to work a lot on that. For example, autonomous guidance of satellite. It's a mission-critical function. We don't want to lose the satellite. So we need very reliable products. So on the next slide, we have identified 3 axes roadmap to ramp up this maturity. Of course, we are going to work on algorithms, on technologies, and I want to tell you all that it's not only machine learning with neural network. It's also other techniques of AI, and we have to explore all of them. We have also the challenge of trustable AI. In Thales, we call it true AI. And the objective is to validate, to explain what AI is doing, but also to deal with the security and the responsibility of AI solution we are going to deliver to the customer. And of course, the third point is the one where we are going to address a way to industrialize the artificial intelligence, the process, method, and the tools to produce the solutions, and of course to go to qualified and in certain case to certified AI solutions. To do all of that, we need accelerators, we need R&D, we need to raise the technological readiness level. So we need also partnerships, teaming, and open innovation, because we know that we cannot go alone on that on this long way. So I'm going to present you in the next slide some very passionate use cases we have in space. So these use cases, for example, can be scheduling problems for planning satellite data downloading, for synchronization of satellite constellations. Of course, more classical problems for image processing, for example, for space imagery, but also using image processing for space rendezvous of space modules, debris collection, debris identification. On the next slide, some other fascinating use cases are the ones using satellite data, satellite operation, detection of anomaly, predictive maintenance, but also using AI in production of the satellite in the factory for the digital twin, data valorization, tooling, and much more, I would say. Cybersecurity, automatic guidance, signal processing, etc., etc. There are many use cases, many places where AI be very powerful for us. So, in next slide, let me present you what we are going to do in Thales AI Space Luxembourg. This new entity is going to be for us a center of expertise, a center for making new products, what we call MVP, minimal viable product development, center of innovation, and we are going to work in space domains like telecoms, observation, and navigation. We want it also to be what we call a change agent for applying new ways of working, for changing culture of working also in Thales AI Space. This center of expertise for artificial intelligence, but also in secured digital platform, will develop expertise in machine learning, analytics, data valorization, as usage and monitoring systems, and automation. This will be for us also a local anchor for business development in and through Luxembourg. Of course, we want to be active member of the local and regional ecosystem to continue and to develop this entity during the incoming years. So in the next slide, I'm going to present you the project, the new project we are going to implement and to set up in this entity. And we hope to start this year. The first one is going to be working on our new satellite product line that is called Space Inspire. That is a very flexible satellite solution, and we need to simulate this solution by using digital twin. And the Luxembourg team is going to work on this digital replica to make a satellite and payload simulator. There will be also some issue about identifying and predict failure with using artificial intelligence. The second project is concerning imagery and computer vision. It concerns a product that we have in our product line called the ground segment Earth observation product. And we are going to use AI-based computer vision engine using machine learning and other techniques to do object detection, change detection, and of course data valorization and data fusion. As you can understand, this project will be a great challenge for us and opportunities for Thales AI Space. There will be the service of our great ambition. We name it Space for Life. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your invitation. And don't hesitate if you have any question. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Olivier. This is very impressive, and we are very happy to see that Thales AI Space is coming to Luxembourg. You will fit very well with the FEDIL family. I would like now to ask a question to you, Andreas, as the audience has asked us. How does PwC AI Lab collaborate more closely with AI startups?
So there are various, there are various ways in which we collaborate with AI startups. First of all, for certain startups, we can even offer the infrastructure, such as the data infrastructure, to host some of their services if this is necessary. We also are planning to build a network, as mentioned, and this network is very well suited to also include startup companies that can come join us. We are planning to have certain events. Some of them likely will have a specific focus on startups, and we also will use our international network to link startups in Luxembourg to our other startups, maybe in the United States or Japan, that are associated to their respective AI labs.
Thank you, Andreas. Of course, behind your screens, you know that we at FEDIL are also there to link you with other members from FEDIL, so you can be in contact with the right persons and know how to use also the PwC AI Lab. If there are no further questions, I would like to thank you for the interesting use cases and for the presentations, and we would like then to close our session on a new industrial strategy driven by data here. And thank you, Andreas and Olivier, for being here with us today. I'm sure we'll stay in contact in future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.